Montpelier Arts Center will celebrate Black History Month in February with a show called Chronicles of the African American Journey Through Fiber Arts. Director Beth Crisman tells us more.
In African American history, quilting dates back to slavery. Black women spun, wove, sewed, and quilted for the wealthy, but also created quilts and fiber arts with their own designs to celebrate their heritage. Quilts may have also been used to create codes and messages for the Underground Railroad. For members of various African American cultures, quilts have also reflected experiences, migrations, and settlements. The Montpelier Arts Center is located on the same property as the Montpelier Mansion, which is a Georgian-style plantation house dating back to the 1780s. It seems fitting to host an exhibition that touches upon this history, where on this same property, slavery was a reality. Initially, we were looking to exhibit quilts with African American narratives for our annual Black History Month exhibition. I thought, what if we took it one step further to include fiber arts overall instead of only quilts and see what kind of responses we get? We created an open call via an online submission platform to fiber artists in the United States. The two main stipulations were that it needed to include some form and/or process of fiber arts, such as sewing, quilting, felting, beading, embroidery, etc. The work also needed to revolve around the African American journey through stories and experiences. The location of the artists ranged from Maryland to Brooklyn to Chicago. Chicago's Terry Foster created a series of vintage embroidered handkerchiefs entitled Selfie, which juxtaposes the current form of self-portraiture via smartphones. Her piece comments on how this type of imagery is used for quick online applications in relation to the time-consuming and traditionally feminine process of embroidery. The artist states that if you do an online search of self-portrait, you get a lot of images of white male artists. This series is also about making the artist someone to be remembered and inserting herself into history, a history that has long overlooked African American women. Traditional quilt maker Vera P. Hall of Baltimore integrates imagery and stories of slavery and the Civil War in her pieces Robert Smalls, An American Hero, and We Too Sing America. The latter is nearly identical to the opening line, I Too, a poem by Langston Hughes. Hall's pieces illustrate stories of how Black people fought for their own freedom as well as for each other. Robert Smalls was an African American who during the Civil War escaped slavery in a Confederate supply ship and later became a captain for the Union Navy. After the Civil War, he became a politician for South Carolina's House of Representatives and the state Senate. Our focus is not only to serve and highlight talented artists of our region and nation, but to let the work in the exhibition touch upon the lives of the community and include them on these journeys. This exhibition bridges the history of African American lives of the past with the narratives of notable figures such as Robert Smalls and Harriet Tubman, along with more contemporary idols like Toni Morrison and Tina Turner. The experiences, migrations, and settlements are carried through the African American collective of stories on overcoming inequality to triumphs and achievements and a contemporary history in the making.
The show opens January 11th and closes March 1st. There will be a public reception on February 8th. Montpelier Arts Center is located in Prince George's County and is part of the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission. Learn more about the exhibit at arts.pgparks.com. Maryland Humanities is a statewide nonprofit that creates and supports educational experiences in the humanities that inspire all Marylanders to embrace lifelong learning, exchange ideas openly, and enrich their communities. Humanities Connection is produced by Maryland Humanities for WYPR. For Maryland Humanities, I'm Phoebe Stein.